Good evening, everyone. This is the National Weather Service in Springfield, Missouri, and we wanted to give you guys another update on our snowfall that will be moving through the area late tonight into Monday morning. This is as of Sunday, February 11th, around 5 o'clock this evening. We do have a winter weather advisory out for much of the area. That's the purple area highlighted in the map to the right. We also do have a winter storm warning that we've issued for tonight into Monday, mainly for locations across far southwest Missouri into northeast Oklahoma and also down into northern Arkansas as well. That's where we have the higher confidence in seeing the moderate to heavy snowfall move through the area. Here's a look at our forecast snowfall totals again tonight through Monday. A couple things that I want to point out here are these areas of about forecast totals of 2 to 6 inches across far southwest Missouri. That's where that winter storm warning has been issued. That's where we have the higher confidence in those heavier snowfall totals. The other thing I want to point out is this pink oval here that stretches kind of along the I-44 corridor and a little bit farther north. If you notice, our forecast totals for Joplin range from a trace to 5 inches, for Springfield 2 to 5 inches, and Lebanon 1 to 5 inches. So those are pretty big ranges, for an event that's about 12 to 24 hours away from now. So what that's showing is that that's the area of greatest uncertainty. If we have a snow band that moves through the area and it tracks just a little bit further north, those areas, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon, may see those higher snowfall totals around 5, 6 to maybe even 7 inches. However, if those snow bands track a little bit further south, then they may see very little. It may be closer to those lower ends of those ranges, closer to a trace to an inch. So that's really that greatest area of uncertainty. It's kind of along and just north of the I-44 corridor. The other thing that I want to point out here is that the actual snowfall footprint, when all is said and done, will likely not be quite as wide or as big as this map may suggest. In other words, you may likely have large snowfall gradients from one area to another across very short distances. So, one area may get 5 to 6 inches of snow, and if you drive just 10 to 15 miles north, they may have very little, maybe just a trace to an inch. So we will likely see large differences in snowfall amounts across short distances. Looking at the timeline for when this snow will fall. So we will likely be having some light rain, snow mix. They'll be ongoing around midnight tonight, especially for areas across southeast Kansas and far southwest Missouri, kind of near Nevada, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Joplin. However, we are really looking at that 3 a.m. to noon time frame Monday as the timing for the greatest potential impact of snowfall totals. So that will be the Monday morning commute. Looking at our winter storm severity index, this is highlighting where we think the travel impacts will be for that Monday morning commute. And you can see that yellow area is highlighting minor impacts. And minor impacts can be where you expect a few inconveniences to daily life, just general winter driving conditions. And we'd urge you to use caution while driving and take it slow. Now that orange area, kind of just south of I-44 across southwest Missouri, that's your moderate impacts. That's where you can expect disruptions to your daily life. That's going to be more hazardous driving conditions. We really urge you to use extra caution while driving. You may even see some closures and disruptions to infrastructure in that area. Looking at our confidence levels, so that top confidence bar there is we kind of have medium to high confidence in the fact that we are going to have at least one band of moderate to heavy snowfall somewhere across the area. Now, the exact location of where those bands may set up are a little bit lower, kind of on that low to medium end. And that's going to be really hard to pin down this far out as of now. Confidence and timing is kind of on the higher end. We're pretty confident in looking at late tonight into the Monday morning commute, and then travel impact confidence is also kind of in the medium to high range. That's really going to depend on whether you get under one of those moderate to heavy snowfall bands. That's where you're going to really start to see the travel impacts. Otherwise, you may see very little travel impacts if one of those snow bands does not move over your location. And then finally, another point that I want to make is that this snow will likely be very wet and a heavy snow. So if you get under one of those snow bands and you've got to shovel it to get out of your driveway or your sidewalk, that can cause a lot of stress on the body, can cause back injuries and even heart attacks. So if you're out there shoveling, make sure you're dressing warmly, staying hydrated, and then move only small amounts of snow at a time and take frequent breaks, just to try to reduce that stress on your body. And then lastly, I would encourage everyone to just stay up to date with the forecast. Again, there are still some uncertainties with this winter system. So if you're going to be out on the roads Monday morning, making sure you check the forecast right before you leave. Make sure you're checking with the MoDOT traveler map as well so that you can see which roads are clear, which roads may be snow covered, and if that's going to impact your commute. And follow us on our website at weather.gov/Springfield. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook and right here on YouTube at nws.springfield. So stay up to date with the forecast. Make sure you guys are staying safe here tonight through Monday.